All right, so I should be streaming now. So hello everybody. I have everything set up now, so I should be able to see everybody's texts and stuff to me. So I'll try to be good on that. Bring the wall thing a little closer. So I've got a little just iPad set up there. Because that's what I have instead of another monitor. Because I don't have one of those fancy computers. I got a MacBook Pro, and this thing can hardly run Godot by itself, let alone with OBS Studio open. But I am going to be doing my best. So today we're finishing up, probably not finishing up, but I'm going to be making the HUD or GUI, whatever you want to call it. We've come pretty far since the last one there, the last stream. And so, yeah, I don't think I'll probably do a devlog just because the devlogs are so tough. Like, it takes me, a viewer, nice. What's up, buddy? So the devlogs usually take me like a whole day to edit, and then like half a day to do all the voiceover and stuff, and then I have to edit a little more. And it's just, you know, I'm not that great at it yet, and I need to get this game done. I've got a lot of stuff going on next week. But, yeah, so see, my game can barely handle running this. Let's see, maybe I can close out some of these things here. Yeah, that would help. Do I have anything else open? No, nothing unnecessary open right now. Ay, Dios mío. So let me just show you what I've got going on. Hopefully I can get through it before it lags too much. Oh, whew. Okay. Very slow. Sorry about that. Like I said, MacBook Pro. So, oh my God. But anyway, so you've got, we already had the Montonium generating. We've got a hide tabs button. Hit with H, you can hide those guys. These are the 3 tabs. I've only really begun setting up the turrets tab, but they'll all be able to be adapted very, very quickly because it's a very dynamic system. So we've got turrets, ordnance, which is going to be like being able to shoot stuff down from the cannon on Earth, which is the space cannon. And we've also got upgrades, which is this. So turrets and ordnance are both going to give you something like this, where you see these different buttons here, and then you can select, choose where you want them. Launch comes up, and then we can abort the launch and whatnot. Or you can go, and so the exact same thing is going to be said for ordnance, although I might change the icon to not be this, but maybe like a crosshair or something. So kind of, you know, kind of like an AC-130, and you're controlling it and you get to like rain down hell on the alien guys. So I think that's actually going to be a much more fun part of the game than I originally anticipated, because like just this system of like choosing it and then just like hitting it is like fun. But anyway, and then upgrade is going to work where you just have to click on the upgrade tab, and then you'll be able to eventually select these turrets or anything that is upgradable, and then it'll prompt you with a little, like one of these buttons above the turret head, and it'll say like upgrade with an arrow, and then you can choose the upgrade and it'll do it. But as you can see here, when I select one of these, it pops up with the information about whatever that is. This is all very static right now. Part of the thing I'm going to do today is make this very much more dynamic, in that like I physically wrote in machine gun, cost, health, damage, all that stuff. But what we're actually going to have is that, like, I'm going to make a JSON type file, and we're going to say, like, you know, load machine gun for this, or load machine gun V2 or V3 for the evolutions, and then it would naturally be able to populate this with the name, the cost, the health, damage, range, fire rate, any other relevant information. And yeah, so these are each gonna, this is its own scene right here. So one thing I actually did on accident is, like, so if you go and you move this and like, okay, I want the turret right here, and you click, then it goes launch, enter or abort X. And one thing I did on accident, I meant to make it so that, like, oh, if I go and change my mind, I'm like, so this would theoretically, this would be machine gun, this might be like rocket launcher, let's say. I would go over to this and click it, and then I originally intended for the little icon here to actually go away or restart, and then you have to click it again. But I realized it's actually kind of nice to have it right there, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what people prefer, of course. But yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So then, if I change, I can say, oh, I wanted that turret. And then, of course, if I want it back, you just hit X, and then it's right there. And then you can still just do the same thing, hit Enter. And yeah, it's also now actually interacting with the Moontonium. So if I go here and hit Enter, you can see that it actually did take away Moontonium, equivalent to the cost of 20 right there. So that's cool. But it's not spawning yet. I'm not working on spawning until after I get all this done, because part of what we're doing right now is, let's go here. So I just made this. This is a singleton script, which again this is eventually going to be a JSON, and then we'll load the JSON. But for right now, I'm going to save it in memory just so that I can make sure I'm getting everything working correctly. And so this is a dictionary with the different, we call it items, because I'm going to store not only the turrets but the ordnance, so like, different types of those things in here. Oh, so actually that's something I need to include. It's a really good thing I'm talking through this. So right here, I've only set this up. So we've got like items, machine gun, which is a type of turret. Yeah. Maybe we don't need to specify the type. No, I think it would help if we did it that way. I don't know. So essentially, like, it was going to be, I would specify in the list, is it ordnance or is it a turret? And then that would, say something about the contents of whatever that is. But I don't really know if that's necessary, right? Like, yeah, I don't really think that is, because whenever I call, oh well, that is important. That is important. Yeah. Or I could just specify that. So here's how these are going to work. So here's the actual scene, right, of this button. And like I said, so here's the info that comes up, right? And right now, as I said, it's statically very much so typed by me. I went and, yeah, as you can see right here, I just put that all right in there, and that's why that shows up. But I'm going to go ahead and have the script here write it, depending on what's in there. And the idea is that I will have an export var, which I actually have a kind of prototype right here. So it says item type. And then from the editor, I would just select sniper, shotgun, rocket launcher, like whichever one. Because in the ordnance and turrets, those are not going to be dynamic in that they're changing, right? They're only going to be like dynamic in that I don't want to make 12 different scenes of this exact same functionality. That would be kind of defeating the purpose, and it really should not be too hard, which I never want to say that ever again. I never want to say it's not going to be too hard, because those are my famous last words where I go down massive rabbit holes. So hopefully this is not too hard. I pray that is not too hard. Yeah, I'm going to do my best. So ideally, we've got right here, here's the script for this. We have the export var item type, and that's what you saw me checking right here. And so, for instance, these need to line up, and I'll just keep this open so I can, oh, it's not going to work out that way though. I'll just do it this way then. Can I move this over there? I just want to, oh, nice. Okay, I didn't think I could do that, but that's very nice, very handy. Oh yeah, and then so concurrently with that, the turrets themselves are also going to be, ideally, I don't know if I'll have to change it, but I don't think I will, just one scene. And then the turrets will also themselves, pull from that dictionary and then tell themselves like, okay, here's what my sprite is, here's what my damage, health, I mean, here, all these variables, these will all be populated. Right now they're export variables, like I have to choose them. But rather than that, they will just be regular variables and be populated upon ready with the single export variable, which is what type of turret I am. And in fact, for these ones, it's not going to be an export variable, because we are going to be feeding it what type it is from our HUD. The HUD is going to say spawn a regular turret, and then we're going to populate the turret with that. Why does it say instead of HUD 2? Huh. No one says anything? Okay. Please talk to me if you're there. Oh, my computer is having some freaking troubles bubbles. I might close out Chrome. Sorry for this. Let me just real quick check if anything's going crazy on my memory here. Ooh, Godot is using. Is shit still running? No. I'm gonna real quick do this. Sometimes you just need to restart Godot because sometimes it's just a little bit nutty. Activity Monitor, ironically, uses quite a bit itself. Magnet. This is a VPN I needed for school, and I can't delete because the second you close it, it reopens itself, and so I don't want to force anything. But yeah, I think that's okay. This Creative Cloud helper rips me, but yeah. I might close. I don't think I need Chrome open. How do I look? Not bad, not great, but not bad. I haven't showered. Showered last night. Oh wait, you guys should probably not show you guys all this information. That's actually a really important email, so I'm going to put you guys. I meant to just close the tab. I'm going to load this for a second because I might have just gotten an invitation to interview at a medical school. So one moment. Bastards. All right, sorry about that. Looks like I have 2 people watching me. I just, yeah. So that wasn't an interview. If you were here, that was just an update, and kind of bummed me out. So the other day, I actually, not that anyone cares about this, but I'm applying to medical school, and the other day, I get an email saying that my application has been withdrawn from the school that I really wanted to go to. It's actually Rosalind Franklin in Chicago. And we'll go ahead and start loading up Godot here. I think I'm going to just quit Chrome because I don't think I need to use it. I probably will, but it's like so second nature to me to have Chrome open. I just slide over to it and type things constantly. But anyway, and so I got an email saying that my application had been withdrawn, and I was like, bro, what? Like, I don't want to withdraw from applying to this medical school. And it turns out they had offered me an interview, which are very, very prestigious. I don't think people who aren't in this game understand. Oh, Burke, what's up, man? How you doing? We are making a HUD, but I was telling a little story about yesterday because they withdrew my application from this medical school because they offered me an interview, but Google sent the email to my spam folder somehow, even though I marked these all as important. And so they withdrew my application, so I basically sent some emails begging, please let me get this interview, because they basically had to remove me, which is rather unfortunate. Oh, it's Joni, just right here. Ooh, little girl. Yeah, she's conked out. I don't know. She was playing real hard the other day. Not the other day, like an hour ago. It's crazy. She's running around the house, which is just not very pug-like. This is definitely more pug-like. This is like what you expect from a little pug. Actually, I'm gonna take this off because I don't think this is comfortable. I don't think she likes that. There we go. Just a little bit looser because she's a little tubba bubba. But yeah. Oh yeah, so Burke, if you just joined, let me show you some of the progress here. So we've got different tabs that I've made, and we can tab through these. Eventually you're going to be able to call ordnance down, which is like, you know, guns and bullets and healing powers or whatever from Earth. Turrets, which will be able to spawn, and then upgrades, which you'll be able to click and then upgrade. Right now we got turrets. We can select a turret, and then we get this little thing. We can go put it somewhere, and then we get prompt to launch or abort. If I hit abort, we get a little thing, and then I can change this at any time. These are going to be different guns. Hit enter, and it takes money away, and that's theoretical where we would just tell the spawning process to spawn. That actually is going to be definitely the easiest part of this whole deal. Yeah, right now what I'm trying to do is make this a little more dynamic, because so right now this is its own scene, right? This is from the HUD view. If we go to here with the turrets, we can see that you got these, and eventually I'm going to have one of these for each turret. But rather than make a new scene for each turret, what I'm going to do is just kind of make all the stats of a turret be in like a JSON folder, which I've actually got. It's getting hot in my apartment, which is crazy because it's 35 degrees outside in New York. But the sun's just like beaten down. Anywhooser, what was I saying? I definitely got off track there, but essentially we'll have this JSON folder, and this is gonna have like a variable called items, and then in this we'll have everything you can populate those little control tabs with and spawn. But what I actually just realized I did here is that I need to make so we'll say turrets, and then we'll do this, and then this will be, we're doing a whole lot of dictionaries here, and then this will be there. So I want to go like it there. Should work. There we go. And then I would like these guys to be indented so I know what the hell I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So we've got one dictionary that says turrets, like that, and there's that dictionary, so this should be right here. Yeah, there we go. And then we want our other dictionary, which is going to be, I started making a farming game for Game Off 2020 in C# and model game, but I don't know if I will finish it. Dude, Burke, you should just absolutely do whatever you can to like get something out, man, because I don't know, have you made, there's like quite a bit of delay here, but have you made a game for a game jam before and published it? Because my very first game jam, I had way gnarly scope creep and didn't even get close to finishing it, but I really wish I just like, it was supposed to be like this adventure game, and I really wish I just like turned it into some random, like, I don't know, fighting game, arena type fighting game, because like just getting something out there and putting it out there is like, yeah, I mean, it's just great. You really learn so much from having to go through that process. I don't know, I mean, you probably have more experience than me. I'm very new at this. I can't code C#. I barely can code Python and GDScript. So yeah. Oh, nice, dudes. You're hopping in this. Yeah, I'm actually pretty green myself. I learned to code because of the quarantine, and then made my first game. It's called Black Body for the Vim Jam, which I think was like a little over a month ago. Yeah. C#, man, it's definitely a lot tougher of a language than this. So are you coding in Godot and C#? Actually do want to check out. See, this is my game, Black Body. I just want to see when I publish this, if there's a way to do that. I put it in a bunch of jams too because I ended up spending a considerable amount of time after I made it. Do I have a publish date? Doesn't look like it does. Go here. That's not what I want. Published. I think I want to go to edit. Metadata? Using a framework called Monogame. Oh, whatever. But yeah, I'll just play it real quick because it's a pretty fun game to play. I actually like that's how I know I succeeded, when I made a game that I like genuinely wanted to play, and like let's see if I can just do it this way. Yeah, like I had it on my desktop, and it would be like early morning. I needed to get stuff done, and I procrastinated by playing it. It's a tough game though, and that's what I really learned about that. I mean, I learned a bunch of stuff in terms of the very technical aspects of making a game, but the one thing I learned is like you want things to be easy and intuitive. The challenge of the game should not be something like movement, which it was in my game. Like the most challenging thing was movement, and that can be fun. You can do that right, but in my game, like people did not like that. Like some people really loved my game, and I really like it, but the movement is very, very challenging. So you can imagine that some people were not a fan of that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and load it up here. Pretty fun. See where my volume's at. I don't know. It's going to be adjusting. But so here it was. It was really simple. It was I made this in a week, and then I polished it up over the next week, so it's 2 weeks total. But it's cool. I mean, settings, you can imagine, different difficulties. I think I'll play on classic. Turn the SFX off and off. I made these buttons and sliders myself. So this was cool. I definitely didn't do this in the way I probably would have. Yeah, like I'm watching, if you don't know, John Watson is making a game called Gravity Ace, and it's really awesome. And I just watched, one of his streams one day, and I realized like he has a way better way of doing this. Like Godot has a way to put things on different audio channels, and I wasn't doing that. I like essentially made a global script called music, and then basically tag each thing, and then so I added each thing to a list called like music, and then all the music songs, and then SFX and all the SFX songs. And every time you do this, it iterates over that whole list and then applies a change in volume, which it works. And Godot is great because it's written in C++, that it can handle that stuff. But probably not the best way. A little how to play mode I made here, which was cool. Pretty proud of this. Was just as tough as making the actual game was making this. This is the movement system I'm talking about that people don't like. So the idea is it's called black body because there's a black hole, and so your ship is constantly being pulled toward this black hole, and you can only move. Well, you can actually move forward and backwards, but that's not like the bigger part of the game. That's not what I move too often. You can see how it's just there. And so movement is relative to the ship, which is what confuses people, because yeah, like left is always going to go to your ship's left rather than the player's left. That really gets people out. Here's shooting, and then power-ups, pretty cool little guys. And here's a little enemy screen, and you can hit practice mode, which I added because people were having so many issues. So here's the ship, and I think it's pretty cool. I made these space rocks, and no one probably ever uses this practice mode, but I'm probably most proud of these space rocks out of everything I drew in this game, at least, because they're it's all pixel art, but I made them. I don't know. Here, I want to flex that because these things are so cool. Every time I do something, I feel like it's a better way to do stuff. Yeah, man, but like that's probably true, honestly. But as long as it works and it's not like breaking your game, I don't think it really matters. It really matters, especially with a lot of these programs nowadays. They're really good at preventing you from doing anything really stupid. So you might do something not the most efficient, but you know, Godot won't let you do anything that's gonna like basically ruin your game. Well, it kind of does. There's one I was doing one of those things, and then I figured that out. But yeah. But yeah, this game's cool. See these? I'm pointing, but see these guys are totally. The spin on them is completely pixel art animation. I think it's like 12 frame animation to get that to look like they're spinning like that. Yeah, go ahead and play here. This music is from a guy named DOS88 on YouTube, DOS88, and he's just so cool, and all his stuff, he's like, just use it and like just let me know. He didn't even ask for credit, but I gave it to him because the guy's awesome. He actually hasn't responded to me. This game did pretty well in the jam, actually not that well because there's some really bad bugs that made it like basically unplayable. But yeah, so this is I got a power up. That's the laser power up. See, I've got my lives at the bottom. Oh, my high score. I'll never beat the high score because I've set the high score like unbelievably high. This is the full auto power up. So you can see I've got that multiplier up in the top there, top right, and it changes color and stuff. And so that's a big part of the game is like, oh, you like, do I kill this guy now or do I wait a little bit? Oh, I shouldn't have killed him, so you guys, because I'm not supposed to be playing this, I'm just supposed to be showing it off. You can see that going off there. Oh, and see, I lost my multiplier. Oh, God, daddy. Oopsies. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. But, so the black hole is pulling you in right now, which is like, people really didn't like that, and people were complaining that the movement was too hard, and I think it probably is. I mean, like, you shouldn't have to, like, spend too much time getting used to a mechanic in a game. But that's why I made the easy mode, like, dirt easy. And then I added the how to play. But it's just also very new. You know, it's like not conventional by any means. Especially for people who game a lot. Like my girlfriend picked up these controls pretty quick. And some of my other friends who don't game also picked up these controls pretty quick. I think because, you know, you're not really used to moving with WASD. So if I die here, everyone goes like this. I made all the sounds for this game myself as well. I'm just going to end it right there, though. But yeah, that was that game. It's pretty cool. It'll be bad down the line, especially because I'm not using an engine. Oh, I thought Monogame was an engine. Because I don't really know what a framework is. But, yeah, I mean, I guess that's possible. Especially, you know, I don't really understand C#, but I know that things are static in C#. And so that could certainly cause some issues. I think they're static in C#. Correct me if I'm wrong. But, you know, in Python, like, if I make a, you know, a list and then one day I just change it to a number or like an int, then I'm all good. Like, the game handles that, or GDScript just handles that for me. I actually kind of prefer GDScript to Python. Like, I just wish I could write regular stuff in this. And I've written my first program, which is like a time-lapse thing, and that's for all my devlogs. Those time-lapses are actually taken with a program I wrote, which is pretty cool. Although there's definitely free and better things out there. I just like using one that I made because it's cool. I had that same problem where people thought the controls in the game were hard as you downloaded the game. Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember when I first started making the controls for that game, I was like, oh, these are tough. And then, you know, I played a little by little, you know, all the time just to make sure things were working. And, you know, I played the game for probably like 30 hours cumulatively over a week, trying, you know, playtesting, making things right. And I totally, like, forgot how hard it was the first time I tried to use those controls. I had literally no idea. And, yeah, the game was just way too hard at first, which is kind of a bummer because the jam is like, if it's good at the jam time, that's where you really take off. Like, people are playing it now and like really loving the game, but it's like, it doesn't really matter because my game's never really going to go viral at this point, unless like itch recommends it or something. But it's fine. I mean, I never intended for that to happen, but you know, it's a cool game. Really glad I did that. Gosh, my MacBook can just not handle this. can it? Maybe, what if I turn Bluetooth off? I don't think that's going to be doing it, but I think that's, isn't that how it connects to, oh, whatever. So I'll do my best here. But anyway, so I'm going to try and get going on this a little bit. I wish I got like a blip alert when you texted, because I kind of just have to get lucky and look over, you know. Maybe I could set something like that up, or maybe that is a possibility. But anywhooser, I'm gonna get into doing this. Unfortunately, I kind of picked like the worst part to have people watch, I guess, because I don't think this is gonna be nearly as fun as, like, I was just designing stuff and making it look cool, and now I'm gonna be like entering things into a dictionary. But I've actually, so we go here. Oh, it's changed the position of everything. Go to my, so this is a global script. This needs to have a comma there. Right, yep, that's all we needed. And then this will be like that. And then, yeah, that should be good. We can do ordnance, and then we'll do like, I want to call it a Mac cannon, but that's, let's see. In other words, maybe I should just use Safari. Safari's like way more lightweight, but I just don't like Safari. No, fudge no, dude. Yeah, dude, that's what one of the raiders played it, and like I knew people were gonna have a hard time, but he was really having a hard time. Like one of the guys in charge of the Vim Jam, and every single time the game would start, just like right straight into it, like no chance at all. And it was just hysterical because, and he was just, I watched him getting frustrated, and he was like a really nice guy. He's from Sweden, and he's like trying not to be like, your game's fucking stupid. Like he was just really frustrated. It was hilarious, but yeah. But you know what is like, I don't know. I think when people see me play it, I don't know if it either intimidates them or gives them hope, like, oh, it's like possible to get better, because it definitely feels like there's no, when you first play it, like there's no way this game you could be moving in a way that's fun, and then you see me play, like, oh, that looked easy and fun when you did it. So you know that you can get there, and in fact it actually happens pretty quickly. It just needs to click in your brain that you're like completely relative to the ship, and like when you hit D, you're not going right. You're right, you're just spinning around this way and such that way. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't take too long to get decent, and then it takes quite a while to get good, which is like, that's not what you want, or I realize that I really want ever. So this game is gonna be pretty easy. I mean, I'm trying to make it like truly idiot proof and just fun in a lot of ways, especially for tower defense, which are like, I feel like the first time you play a tower defense game, it's really fun, but then like every other tower defense game is just an iteration of that, and you're like, I'm over it. So I wanted to do some stuff on this to make it cool. Holy smokes, it's hot in here. I'm gonna open the window in my apartment real quick. Yeah, I guess I'll just go here and, well, actually here, before I do that, so I want to search like World War II cannon, artillery names. Well, I guess I could just call it artillery. Artillery rounds. That's probably a good one. Yeah, I mean, if you got any ideas, I'm trying to think of like what I want to call this. Like, I could just call it like H-30As, like Z or X-25s, and that could be, because I'm thinking about, I'll probably have people be able to upgrade the ordnance too, like how you know, like the damage and radius of these different shells and healing abilities and stuff you can call down. Adolf shells, yeah, that would go over well. Right here, 40 millimeter. I could just go like 40, like blah 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 millimeter and up. I think if I go like 40 millimeter, yeah, I think we could do that. So what if we do 100 millimeter ammunition? Is there 1,000 millimeter, or is that just pushing it? I would like pictures. Oh, 3 confirmed viewers. We're looking to name this big gun that's going to be shot from our cannon in Godot. So if you got any ideas, any other viewers, please let me know what would be a cool name to say these bullets. I was thinking just do like 100 millimeter round. Big bore battlefield or basics. I don't know. You know what? I'll do it. We'll say 50 millimeter, and then this is where we would put info about that, like put damage. Oh, damage can be. We'll do 2 radius. Radius will be 13XA P22. Yeah, right? Just like put some letters and numbers and stuff. I think like, I don't know why, but for some reason like I've always thought it was cool, like the 50 millimeter and like stuff like that. Just calling it by, it just makes it feel like really heavy, and I think I'm gonna go with that. I think we're gonna go. You're gonna be able to upgrade, so 50 millimeter to 100 millimeter to, or maybe I'll make it more extreme, like 50 millimeter to 200 millimeter to 500 millimeter cannon, something. Let's say round damage to radius. 50. But anyway, I don't want to get too much on that because that's gonna be way after, not way after, but I want to get these all done here first. But anyway, I think this is all we're going to need for the machine gun. Like, this is all the information, and this is the very first base class that we're gonna spawn. So I think this is all the information. So items, we've split items into turrets and ordnance. And then ordnance. There's ordinance and ordnance, and ordinance is actually like local law. I found out from Googling ordnance with an I, and that's not ordnance means rounds and anything you could launch, or artillery. So yeah, fun fact of the day, learned from Aaron Bastian. Or yeah, that's my name. But ACB Games, call it that. But anyway, yeah. So these are kind of really arbitrary terms here, and I think I'm gonna just, oh, we actually should probably do this just so I have something for the rocket launcher. Oh, okay. And then what I'll do here is say splash radius, and then what I'll be able to do in the, oh no, I don't have to say, or do I? Because I want them to be able to display the radius. So essentially, the only reason I know what ordnance means is because it's an Animal Crossing. Oh, I actually haven't played Animal Crossing. My girlfriend really wants to play it, and it looks cool. But I honestly don't play video games that much anymore because I was legit addicted when I was a kid, and then also in college I was like, I thought I was cool again, so I got an Xbox, and I would like wake up and like play it in the morning and like not shower and be late to class because I was playing Rocket League. Rocket League is my game, man, but I still think about Rocket League. But yeah. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting off track. So I'm already losing my voice too. Oh, my girlfriend. Something just fell in my house. I'm sure it was just a demon. Probably just to do to me what it did to Jonah Hill. I don't know what that was. I'm hoping it wasn't deadly. You know what it might have been? The heaters in this apartment. Oh, that's why it's so hot in here, is because the greenhouse effect plus the heater is just cranking in this apartment. It's like shooting flames into my apartment. It's unbelievable. But anyway, so splash radius. I guess we do have to set this. And we'll say that the splash, I don't want the damage to be 3. Make the damage 1. We want the range to be, I guess we'll make this actually 100. I think I want the cost of this guy to be more. 75. Swivel speed 0.2. I'd like that to be the same swivel speed. If not, splash radius will be, I guess we'll start her out at 30. And then put a comment there. And then, so all we'll do is, in the turret scene, I'll say if turret dot splash radius, so we'll say if it exists, then assign this variable. Otherwise, splash radius equals 0. And that's how I'll get around that. But even though I think the rocket launcher is going to be the only one that requires a splash radius, but I would like, the reason I'm even putting it here is so that it can be displayed on these display controls right here. Oh, this needs to be gone for everything to work. I'm going to open my window real quick, so I will leave you with pictures of Joni and start this game up. You can watch that happen for a little bit. I'll even we'll do this because that's a cool screen to look at. Oh yes, it's ice cold outside. Oh my god, yeah, and this shit is holy shit. Oh my god, dude, I think it's burning our pillows. I smell like ass. I need to shower. Yeah, I think it's burning because our shit. So our bed is like right in front of the heater, and I think it's burning. The pillows are beginning to get really neoprene. Oh, no. That's really good. Hey Thanos, what's going on, man? I don't know. Okay, I'm going to change seating positions to be right here. Let's see, how am I looking? Chill, horrendous, dirty, but I am so dirty. Okay, so crank that up. Still real hot. Okay, so what I would like these to do is we'll say on ready, we'll say var info equals null, or you know what, I'll just I'll make this an empty list. That's what I'll do. All this item underscore info. There we go. And we're at least consistent. Say underscore info equals that. Okay. I should really turn that off. I'm talking about things to cook for Thanksgiving. Hopefully there's nothing too personal here. Don't look at this recipe, it's secret. No, I got it from Adam Ragusi on YouTube. He's a cool cooking dude. Okay, my mom's a sweet lady. So, what I'm going to do now is say, we are going to say, so we've got this right here. This is the export variable, and this, as you can see, matches up with the, she doesn't trust me at all. She matches up with these keys here. So we need to go items, turrets, machine gun is what we need to do. There's probably a bunch of these. Yeah, I can get rid of you, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Not you. I can open you up easily. Okay. I want to put this next to items. Okay. Okay, so we're going to say ready, we're going to say var, oh, I can't say item info. Item info raw is going to equal items dot items. Why is this giving me trouble here? There we go. Okay, items dot items dot not that. And this is going to be turrets, and then this is going to be item type. Okay. And then I'm going to say print item info raw, and we'll see that when this doesn't work, why. Invalid index of type string on base dictionary. Ooh, okay. Got some viewers. Hey, what's up? What engine am you using? Sorry, Thanos, I'm bad at this. I've been trying to get into coding hard. If you know this, but your mic is still on when you change machines in Streamlabs. Oh, yo, thanks, Burke. Didn't know that. I thought I turned it off. Real, but those too hard for someone to try. Thanos, man, you should try out. This is Godot, by the way, and you should definitely try it out. I think it's to do what I'm doing right. Like, this is some complicated stuff. I'll be honest. At least in my opinion, someone who programs probably wouldn't think this is that complicated. But I taught myself how to program in Python, and GDScript is like an easier version of Python. So if you know how to code in that, it's also just like very straightforward, and you can do a lot of stuff with very, very limited knowledge, just following some tutorials and just memorizing some stuff. But if if you teach yourself how to program a little bit, that's gonna just help you a lot. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think of something easy. Like, I made these enemies in this game. I don't know if you got, well, yeah, you joined when this was playing. Oh, this is going to run. But the enemies that I think you probably saw in here, I mean, you don't need to know how to really code to do that. You just say, like, enemy, like, me dot direction to player. And then you say move towards. And it's like, there's no code there, you know? Yeah, I've done Java, but I wasn't a fan of the coding format in that, TBH. I don't really know much about Roblox, but yeah, I mean, I think Python's easier than Java. Python is, I looked at a lot of other languages. I was going to learn C++ as like a backup for if I don't get into medical school, to potentially go into game design, because I have some connections at EA, and like you need to learn C++ if you want to really make real games at like a AAA studio. And yeah, Python is just a great starter language. It's really readable. It's just like English. You can, I mean, even if you don't know what's going on, if you looked at like my beginner Python script, like, you know, me making a calculator, you'd probably be able to figure out what's going on. And that's how it's made. It's supposed to be very intuitive. Especially if you already know Java, man, like you will pick up Python really quick because you already know like what loops are, what iterators are, what all those big concepts are. You just have to learn how to do it in Python, and it's honestly probably easier to do it in Python, like, you know, or GDScript for that matter, because they're basically identical. I mean, look at this. It's just if else. If do that, else do that, and that's all it is in Python. You just put it's like nice, and I mean, that's how I would have written if I made my own coding language. That's what it looks like. Oh yeah, I don't know what Lua script. Yeah, I've never used Unity because I started with this. I was looking at Unity and I was actually pretty sure I was going to use Unity, and the only reason I chose this over Unity was because of GDScript being Python. And I'm really glad I did, because I think this is honestly just easier than Unity in a lot of ways. And really just a nice complete package. But there is a lot more tutorials out there for Unity than Godot, which is why I'm trying to like hop on the train, make some tutorials out of stuff that I've learned that I haven't seen really anywhere. And I've actually got some of those that I want to do tucked into my back pocket here. But yeah. So I'll look out for those. I would definitely recommend Godot. And then, you know, always like just hit me up, and if there's anything you're confused on, someone else probably is confused on, I was probably either confused on it before or something I could take a look at. So yeah, man, I would shoot you in the right direction. Check out Heartbeast. Check out GD Quest. I kind of don't like GD Quest though. I think he's pompous, but Heartbeast is really dope. He's got Heartbeast. If you search that and go to his he's got a 20-part tutorial on how to make an action RPG in Godot. If you do that, like, you will be set to make your own game. It's like very conclusive. Yeah, horror game. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, I mean, definitely, obviously, don't like throw up what you're doing. I'm sure I wasn't, you know, making you do that anyway. But yeah, that's cool. Horror games seem like a tough genre because. For me at least, because I feel like the story is very key. Where I'm really good at making stuff look cool and feel good, and that's like what I'm good at. But the story on this one's okay. I've got a sense of humor, so I'm trying to make this so that like the reason you have to pay to get turrets is because Earth is like, well, you know, we got to make sure you're worth it. So we got to make sure you're making enough moon money to, you know, get us to defend you. And so that's going to be the idea, and that's what you pay them in the Moontonium, and then they shoot over turrets in this game. But yeah, so I think I want to change the word item type, because so real quick, I want to do this, and then I want to make this item name, and then yeah, and then we'll make this var item type. Except I'm gonna make this. Go like this. Oh, no. We don't need to do that. Because yeah, we do need to do that, because that's how I made this list go. So oh yeah, if you do use Godot and you want these like cool typing effects like I've got right here, this is from John Watson, creator of Gravity Ace. It's free. It's called Ridiculous Coding on GitHub. And yeah, it's relatively easy to set up. And yeah, it doesn't work that great on a Mac. Like I had to actually go into a source code and change some things to get it to work for some reason. But if you're in Linux or Windows, I mean, it's gonna. Okay. So anyway, this is going to be. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Item name. Okay. My computer's not handling this well, you guys. Yeah, so we're gonna go item type. So this is the name, this is the exact item we're gonna spawn. And then I'm gonna make something very similar here. And we're gonna say, I guess I need to do export string. And then this is gonna be right there. We're gonna do this, do that. And then this is going to be, so item type, there's only 2 options, right? So we've got turrets, and we have ordnance. See you, Burke. Thanks for hanging around. It's cool. I appreciate it. Oh, Thanos, you're out too? All right. See you guys. I will just talk to myself. I do that even if I'm not recording. Okay, so yes. No, but that won't happen anymore. Okay, so now we've got our item type. Or yeah, I'm not gonna do this, but instead, oh, nice, man, thanks. So I was gonna like have to make it so you choose the type and whatever, but that's just like too much. All I want to do is say like, I want this to be a machine gun, or I want this to be a healing drop or something like that, or 50mm cannon, and I want this thing to take care of the rest. So in order to do that, let's see, if I just, is there anything just named item here? Well, this is requiring item type, which I did here, but I don't think there's anything just named item. So I think I can just make this item, because we should just be able to do that. Just make this item, and then item name equals item. And I think that's gonna, that doesn't like that. Why doesn't that like that? Oh, because item name doesn't exist now. Var item name equals boot. Because it doesn't matter. That should be rewritten right in the ready function here. And so I think I need to go, where is items? What's happening? There, oh, it's stupid, it's right there. Okay, so what I need to do is, I'm either gonna have to rewrite this, so where each one then has its type here, which I think I might do, or I could just make a separate check function, which sounds stupid just saying it, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, instead, we're going to do this. Oh, I think I just got a little bit of a second wind here, because it's not nearly as shite now. That's cool. So this should go there like that. This should all be tabbed over like that. That's just going to make this way more readable. I'm definitely confused here on what's happening. Okay. That. Tab. And then Okay. Machine gun, sniper, rocket launcher. Okay, we want you. I'm gonna take it out. That should look nicely. Nice. And then I should be able to post that. Yep. And then we can do, oh, there should be a comma. And then we can do this. Make that look very pretty. As pretty as code can be. I remember in the way I learned Python was reading, oh, these should not be there. This should also be tabbed up. Yeah. The way I learned Python was reading a book called, 1, Automate the Boring Stuff, and 2 was, oh, I forgot. And this one was like the one that I really used to learn. Automate the Boring Stuff I got bored of, ironically. Both not super engaging learning the basics, but, oh, everyone's gone. But they were like, yeah, there'll come a point where people say like, oh, that's beautiful code or that's pretty code. And I remember thinking like, that's so dumb. But now I'm like, oh, it's so well organized. Like, I don't know. I feel that. I'm definitely a coder at heart because I love the way good organized code looks. So anyway, here's our var items, and what we're going to do. I might be able to fit these stats. I think I'm going to do that just to. Oh no, I can't fit cost in there. Bummer. So we should do that. So I'm going to do is actually the very first thing on these guys is going to be type, and then I'm going to do this, and we're going to say turret, and then we just need a comma. And so I'm going to do this for all of these guys now. This is almost certainly not PEP 8 approved, but and then here, this is going to be type coordinates. Okay, so yeah, this is definitely not the most beautiful thing to be doing. What enemies have you made so far? I can show you in a sec. I've only made 2 really, really basic enemies that are just basically the same enemy, just change their stats around a little bit. There are going right now, yeah, so there's one that is faster, bigger, with more health, and then a bunch of little guys who are just slower with less health, but there's more of them, they spawn more frequently. And eventually, I think I'm going to change them a little more, and then I'm also going to have a ranged type, more of a tank shield type, but I'm not going to make their AI too complex. But yeah, I want a type that kind of like sits back and shoots, so you're kind of forced to, one, use the ordnance to shoot them. Some people you could, I don't want you to be able to play the game only using turrets or only using ordnance. And then, I also want to have like a brood mother type, and these are guys who just like kind of go, like sit somewhere, they're huge tanking like hulks, and they just start spawning enemies, and so you actually are forced to use ordnance to take them out. But right now I just have 2 guys that like run towards you just to make sure that my turrets were working, and then I'll move on them. I've got a devlog on the basics I'm making them, but I'll show you them in a second. I just need to, actually I think I should be able to run the game right now. It shouldn't break. Cool. Yeah, so they'll start running the screen. So these are those little guys, as I was talking about, and then here are the bigger guys, the bigger little guys. My girlfriend said they look like ball sacks, so there's that. Yeah. So yeah, they can already actually, so they run towards the base. Eventually I'm going to have the turrets show their health and have the base show its health and stuff. But if they run into your turret, they have a percentage chance to stop and attack the turret. Otherwise they'll just go around the turret and move towards the base and try to attack the base. And I think that percentage is also going to be something I change, like aggressiveness. Or there's going to be some guys who are like, we're going straight for the base, and other guys who are like, if they see you, they're going to be like very likely to just attack the turret. And so yeah, right now I think that no one is really too likely to attack the turret. So it's kind of a problem, and their attack speed is so low I also don't have like the enemies fully fleshed out. Like I want to make them have attack animations and stuff like that. So I'm gonna get to all that because I think I'll only have like crab squids from the game Subnautica. I've never played Subnautica. It looks like an awesome game, and like everyone talks about it, but okay. So now I need to figure out, because this should be organized correctly now. So we've got each one has their type as their first thing. So if we go to turret display, control, and in here we say I don't quite know. I need to let's do Safari, full screen it. Say go dictionaries. I totally forgot how to index a dictionary by the key. Well, yeah. So oh no, that's assigning. I want to be able to look up. Clear, duplicate, empty, erase, get. That's what it is. We have to do get. Value for the specified key in dictionary. All right, so say items the items dot get turrets dot get item type. Okay, an item type. This was actually just going to be item. Okay, and now that should work. Damn it. Okay. What if I get rid of you? Okay, so that seemed to work. And it says null. Oh, because, yeah, I forgot. We changed the structure of the dictionary to not have to do that anymore. That's why. Okay. Did it work? No. Why? Well, I'm going to try this because machine underscore gun. Oh, it shouldn't be an underscore though. The lag is tripping me out here. Okay, now if I do this, what happens? Okay, so that worked. So that means that there's an issue with this export variable, which is weird. So like item.value? What happens if I do print item? Yeah, what if I do print item? It didn't. Prints item. Okay. So that's really weird because it's not even printing null, which is well, I would have expected it. So let me see here. What if I go here and like choose machine gun? What if I choose a sniper? if I run this now. Okay, then it works. Right now, that works. Okay, then it works. So that's weird. It won't let you leave it as the default value. What if I get rid of this? Do I have to do that? Is that gonna not work anymore? Ah, yeah, expected hyper export. So yeah, you do need to do that. That's weird, but yeah, now it should work. That's just a little weird bug with Godot, I guess. That's not too bad. I actually think I ran into that issue once before. So now we should be able to just say item here. And this should get us a list of all the items for a machine gun. Wunderbar. Okay. 0 got ID 1, position 0 at index 0, bullet. Interesting. It's not in any particular order here. But I guess that doesn't matter because it's a dictionary. But that is weird that it's not in any order in particular. Right? That's not... Yeah, here I've got type. I don't even see type down there. Oh yeah, it's the last one. That was super odd. How it just decided to group everything. Is that, it's not alphabetical, is it? No. No, it's not. Come by now. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sorry. Oh, you come cuddle? Oh, yes! It's a win, everybody. She come cuddle with me. Oh, she smells so good. Sorry, I love this dog a lot. She's just so great and cute and wonderful, and she smells so good, and she's so cute, and she's so nice. But anyway, so that's really good. That's a very good first step, because now we can say item name equals item. That's actually still correct. Item cost equals item underscore oopsies underscore raw dot get cost. Do that. And here so this, I'm gonna say var info to include should be info to include, and this is going to be an array of things that I'm actually going to, I'll leave that blank right here, but we're gonna redefine that down here. In fact, I actually might not need these guys to, no, I won't. No. But we need cost and name to be defined first, because otherwise it's gonna say that we didn't, we're calling them before they're defined, even though we're definitely going to define them at the ready function, because I'm using them down here. But for all the other things, we're only using them to display them, so we don't have to make those variables until we get right here. So var item info raw, we're going to say, var say var item underscore type equals item underscore. I think I'm actually going to change this to the raw item underscore info, just so it's easier when I reference it. Raw item info. Okay. Var item underscore type equals raw item info dot get underscore. So, dude. Type. I believe that's correct. That's what I called it, right? Type. Yep, type. Okay. And then type is going to return either turret or ordnance. Yeah, either turret or ordnance. So we can say well, this is going to be the same no matter what. Item name is going to equal that. The cost is always going to be no matter what it is. But the rest of this is going to depend on what the type is. So we're going to say if type item underscore type equals turret. Then we're going to do this. Else, because there shouldn't be any other types, but if there is, I will change that later. Then we're going to do this. And so this is going to be for ordnance. Got some water. Ooh, yeah, baby. Yeah. Okay. So item type, we've got that and that. So this is quite a bit I'm doing here on the ready function, but I think I'm on the home stretch. Okay, so if turret, we're going to say var. I guess we need to actually, we do need to define that for here, because otherwise we're not going to be able to use it after the if statement. So I'm going to say var item underscore info equals oh no, we don't info underscore to underscore include. So that is what we have to define preemptively. Yeah. And then here is where I'll define that. So info to include, and this is going to be just a list of strings that basically tells us what kind of info do we want to write on this guy's info card. So for turrets, we want the health, we want the damage, we want the health, damage, what else we got on here? Health, damage, range, and fire rate. Okay. Range and fire rate. Let's make sure I name those all the same here. Health, damage, fire rate, and range. Wunderbar. Okay. Oh, now it's gonna bug me that. Oh, baby. Now they're in the same order. Okay. Yep. And then, if it's ordnance, we're going to include damage. Oh, see that? We're gonna have to break down even more. No, we'll just say, like, if it's a healing thing, we'll say damage 0. Or yeah, whatever. We'll figure that out. So we'll say damage, radius, and that's all we got right now. So, well, I'm going to do that later. So I will definitely do that later. But we're going to get the system working. So if item type equals turret, which it should in this case, right? Because we have our item set to machine gun. Then we're going to go ahead and write our info include to be this. So that's the info we want to write. Then we're going to say for info, we'll do this, for stat in info to include. So we're going to iterate through this. If you're still there, Thanos, this is like the time stuff I'm talking about. Like, you know what a for loop is from Java, I'm assuming, and like these things. I mean, Python is just an easier, just like a simpler way to do that. So for stat in info to include. So for each one of these guys, we are going to create a new variable. I guess I have to actually do that up here too. I say var item. Actually, you know, yeah, I'll do, just to be consistent, I will do var item underscore info equals, we'll say blank, and then here, so we won't define it right there, but right here we'll say, what's happening? Okay, for stat and info to include. I'm worried that these aren't going to be arranged the same way, but we're going to say item underscore info dot. Oh, I forgot that. So we'll say array. It's not the same as Python. I don't think they use append here. Oh, they do have append. Appends an element at the end of the array. Nice. Item info dot append stat. No. We need to not append stat, but append raw item info dot get stat. Yep, that's what we need. So item info append raw item info get stat, and then we would actually have so there's actually a fair bit of formatting here. Yeah, so we would actually want to append a notably more complex string. So I want to do Godot string format. As an example, as a placeholder, the format hello can be. Okay, so it's just using that, which is how it used to be in Python, even though I never used it that way. I actually definitely prefer the way it is now. But can I do multiple things? Do I have to do those? The blah seen in the example above is the simplest placeholder and works. Whoa, what's happening? And works for most use cases. It converts the value by the same method by which an implicit string conversion or string would convert it. Strings remain unchanged. Booleans turn into either true or false, and an integral or real number becomes a decimal. Other types usually return their data in human-readable string. There's also another way to format text in GDScript, namely the string.format method. I think that's what I'm looking for. It replaces all occurrences of a key in the string with the corresponding value. The method can handle arrays or dictionaries for the key value pairs. Wunderbar. See, this is exactly what we are looking for. Let's go check this out. Check it out. Arrays can be used as a key index or mixed style. See below examples. Order only matters when the index or mixed style of array is used. I'll clear this. I want to clear this chat. Pop up chat. Pop out chat. Toggle timestamp. Participants. Can I look at the participants? Oh no. It's just me. Everybody is gone. Okay. We're waiting for start. I think this might be all we need. So it goes in order. Let's see if I can, let's see if I can get that to work. Let's see if this works without any. Append in base string. Info. Ah. Oh, then I guess we want this to actually be blank. Because otherwise we're going to have some issues. Okay, so that works. So now what I'd like to do is just do this as a test bar actual string equals, now there's no format string, so we have to write something like this as percent s percent, right? Anyway, all right, let's see. I go print actual. Oh my god. Print actual string. Oh, is it because we need to do something like that? Unsupported format character in operator that. Okay, so do I need to go var format format underscore string equals this equals to string. Huh, unsupported format character in operator percent. Yeah, it's not working for me. Oh, because it's... You fool, Aaron. Right? My trip in. Okay, now that worked. Okay, and now let's see. So I think that was probably why. Alright, now let's try that. Oh, good show, old chap. Alright, everybody. That's how that works. So that is some good news. Because that means that I should be able to do this exactly how I want. So, come down here for stat and info to include. Rather than do this on... I'll do it here first to make it more simple. So var stat text equals hi. Okay, well, why is this? Is that the only reason? Okay, cool. Cool. So var stat text equals, and we're going to want this to be a string, but so we, for instance, would want this to be like range x plus new line. Dude, whoa. Okay, what is that one? Okay. Cool. Okay, var stat underscore text. I think I'm gonna have to adjust real quick. And my dog is not going to be happy about this. Oh, and neither am I, because this pillow was... Oh, she is, my doggy is a stinky doggy. Stinky doggy. Okay. Not bad. Alright, nice reposition. I lost my only viewer. He was tired of this crap. Or she. Probably a he, though. Because I'm a sexist piece of shit. Okay, so what I want to be displayed here, right, is like range, let's say. Okay, I'll do health. So health, space, and then we want like 50, and then we want health 10, and then we want this. Right? That's what we want. Oh, nice. That's what we want. So that's good. So now we want this to say that. So we want to say I think we'd actually be fine just doing this. So we would say stat plus string get stat. Plus new line. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know if I want to do the, because if that works, that's easier. It's not much easier, but it's a little easier. No, it's really not easier. So we're gonna do, is it percent? I think it's, yeah, it's percent s. Percent s, and then this, and then we go here, and we do percent, and then we make an array, and then we say stat and then we say this. Well, I don't actually think we need to string it. But yeah, I'll do that first to see if that looks. Okay, so these are the two things. Why isn't it like that? Oh, because it's, oh, so we just need to do that. Okay, so we'll do that. And I'm going to do this real quick. Okay, I'm going to say print stat text. Ooh, what doesn't it link with this? Oh. Por supuesto. But I think I should be able to actually just stick this in there. Wunderbar, yeah? Wunderbar, wunderbar. Anybody up in here? Alright, so, I don't think this is gonna work, but let's give it a shot. Oh! 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 Oh, it just... Is a bummer, no? So this, of course, is keeping with the spaces, but they're both not giving me the new line like I like. So, but, is it this one? Hello? How's it going? Oh yeah, she looked a little tight in it.
I have to go back at like 5-ish.
How'd it go? I'm streaming, so don't say anything HIPAA violated. We still don't want them to know about their fake personalities. You're supposed to treat it like it's real.
Was such a good actress. She
Really?
cried.
Really?
Produced tears for both me and the other people. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. So that's why I'm not a standardized patient. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I've had several viewers and we've chatted. It was stimulating. For the one person who's watching me now, my girlfriend is in medical school and they just had to practice giving people bad news like, hey, you got cancer. And, you know, it's terminal and stuff like that. And they have these things called standardized patients, which are people who get paid to go and just fake whatever illness they'd say. So they'd give them the diagnosis and be like, okay, you're a patient and you're going to have cancer. Here's all the signs and symptoms you should be exhibiting, and blah, 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 blah. And yeah, I applied for those jobs when I got here because they pay well and they're easy. And I didn't get them. And I'm like, that's weird. Like, I'm a college grad with medical experience. Why? I thought it would be easy. And yeah, I'm going to tell myself it's because they're actually real actors. Because the girl Abigail just had, for my girlfriend's name, for her like standardized patient, cried twice in a row on command. Like, I can't do that. I can't even cry when something awful happens to me. I like laugh because I'm a freak. So yeah. Anyway, here's what we want to do. I don't love that. Sorry. So if we do this, we go stat underscore text. Of course, we could also just put this in this line right here, but I think this is a little more readable, so I'm going to leave it that way. Force that in info to include. And then I'd like to do print info to include. Oh no, not info to include. Item underscore info. See how that goes. Health 10, damage, fire rate, range. So that's working. That's working real well. So now item info is correct. This is where we'd use a join method, I believe. So now I need to go to GDScript. GDScript join method. Returns a string with each element of the array joined with the given delimiter. So I think that works. So I think if we go print dot join, oh, in fact, we could just join them by the new lines. I think instead of doing this, oh, put that to be there. Did I do that here? Let's see how I do it. Yeah, I did do that. Okay. Let's see, I don't think. Non-existent function join in base array. That's annoying. Reconnection successful. Interesting. Huh? It was, yeah. Because I was checking, it wasn't working. I've had 14 views. How long have I been streaming for? My stream health. How's my stream health doing? Warning. No data. Warning, 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 warning. Lots of warnings. Stream is healthy. Not smoking. Dude, we're getting real fucking hot in here.
I know.
Yeah, Alexa, fan on. Huh. I guess there's no way to know how long I have been streaming for, no? Yeah. If you guys will like that smash button, I really appreciate it. Ay, Dios mío. Tú necesitas...
Smash button.
Yeah, like the smash button. Comment to leave.
Jenny got me good.
He gave you a good lick.
Yeah, but it was in my mouth by accident.
Okay.
I like it. Something.
Return a string, which is the concatenation of code parts of code. String.join iterable. Yeah, is that not how this one's working? Oh yeah, they have it opposite. But I think it actually makes more sense their way. Oh, can I do that? Cool string array. Cool string array. Join. What that? Ah! Ah! And there you go! Okay, so that's cool. That's very, very cool. Everything is working phantasmically. So now we've got that. Except that is not going to do that in place. We need item underscore info equals item info equals that. So we've basically taken item info and we've taken it from an array and done a bunch of stuff and made it into this, which I don't know if that is the best way. I suppose we could be just concatenating from here. That might be the better way, arguably. Because item info could just be a string, and then what we could do is just continually concatenate. So you do for this, item info plus equals that. But all right. Let's give that a shot, eh? So I'm gonna do. We're gonna do this. Trim. I'll just do it that way. Say actually. Do that. We'll just leave that as a blank string, nothing in there, and then we're gonna get some errors here. We'll try and do that now because stat info will include, because we're not going to have sorry about that. Thank you. We're not going to be able to do these things, so I'm going to do that, and here I'm going to go item underscore info plus equals stat underscore text. Yeah, and then here we'll just say print item info, and let's see if that works. But all I'd have to do is this, get that to work. Yeah, so that also works. I don't know which one's more efficient. I have to imagine this is because there's so many more convoluted steps in Godot to get this to do that. So I think I am actually going to roll with this, and that looks great. So now we're going to say, oh, does it? Do I have info? Oh, we need info label. Info.info label dot set underscore text item underscore info. Yeah. And then here we'll have set text cost plus string cost. And now if we run this, so we've got machine gun cost 50, and all of that info is right there, which is good. Except that fire rate is literal fire rate. So that's the amount of time between shots, but we want the shots per second. Which is an issue because that's a little bit of work. But we just want to do 1 divided by fire rate. Let's say, is there a set? There's got to be, right? I think we can do raw item info, fire rate. This needs to be that. So raw item info is items, the item that get item. Okay, so I actually should probably put this here. Returns a dictionary of info. Connected item. Okay, blah blah blah. So no item type, and that will just tell us. So if the item type is turret, raw item info dot fire rate, and we're gonna set that equal to raw item info dot get fire rate. Because this should give us a number, and then we just need to divide that number by 1.0 per second, right? Well, now I don't even know about just regular math here. Okay, so it's 0.6, so every 0.6 seconds, one shot per 0.6 seconds, and we want this in shots per second. So we're already in shots per second, but we're in 1 per 0.6. God, I hated chemistry, and this is exactly what it was. So we got 1, yeah, so we go 1 divided by 0.6, 0.66, 1.7. 1.7 shots per second. Yeah, that sounds about right. So if it's 0.6 seconds per shot, then that's 1 point. That's all, because if it was 0.5, yeah, because if we did 0.5 divided by 1, we would, wait. Oh yes, I'm sorry. 1 divided by 0.5, we would get 2. Yes, so that's right. So we need 1 divided by, yes. We need 1 divided by this. Fire rate actually should be an int, so we can do that. And then I do want to round that. Godot round functoin. Oh wait, I want it to be like 1.6. Round to. So I think round works just by going but to be safe, I'm going to go print round 1.6666667. That's not what I wanted. I wanted it all the way to 2. Let's see. Okay, blah 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 blah. Issue description. The function decimals return 0. This is not going to help me. Wait. I'm just gonna search GUI script round. That's big. Okay. Oh, someone don't like that. Rounds S to the nearest whole number. Halfway cases rounded away from 0. Step 5. Snaps float value S to a given step. Yeah, so that's what I want. So we want to say stepify. And we want this to be 0.01. Or which is actually, yeah, okay. So that's what we want. So now I can come down to this, do this, and change this to Stepify, and then give this 0.1. Alright, and see if that works. Invalid get index get on base dictionary. Did you mean get? Oh, yes, I did indeed mean get like that. Is that a whirl? I'm the wunderbar, yeah. It all work. And now I should be able to. I was already doing this, but that's just hideous, and now I have to figure out how to fix that. Hi, Bubba. Yeah. Please talk in the comments if you're there. I'd love to chat. Look at all that, Abigail. You see all that? None of that's me. Amazing. It's 2 people, but they were very, very talkative. They love me. They worship me. Can't get enough of this face.
Go back to viewer.
My viewer. Okay. So we did the string formatting, which is cool, and that is very dynamic and it works. And so, for instance, if I go here now and change this to sniper, I should be able to run this. And it says sniper, cost 50, health 5, damage 3, fire rate 5, range 300.
Someone said something.
What is this? What's going on, R. Sanchez? I'll show you what this is. So let's change this to machine gun. Save that. So I'm making a UI for my tower defense game, and I'm just trying to make this a little more dynamic here, so that when I make these, I can just do this as machine gun, and then I can go to this one and be like, oh, I want this one to appear as sniper. And now when I run the game, and this will be the actual game, so I've got this UI here, and you're mining this, and then you can spawn one of these to turrets. So you got these tabs. Ordnance is going to be like you've been able to call down rockets and healing powers from, whatever. It's kind of like a combination between a tower defense and an RTS. But I don't know what I'm going to call it right now. I think I'm looking at Lunar Defense or Lunar Bastion, but I don't love those. But I don't want to say moon in the name, because I'm already saying moontonium for this mineral you're mining, which is pretty stupid. You actually can mine platinum on the moon. That's like why we're trying to go back there right now, among some other cool stuff like hydrogen, solid hydrogen. But moontonium, I can make it glow and it looks pretty. So that's why I did that. It's a little more interest than platinum, I think. But so right now you can go to this and you select a turret, and I'm making it so that it dynamically will update the name, the cost, but also the stats here. So health, damage, fire rate, range. You can see, so they're different for each of these, and I didn't have to do that physically. It just, I could just select, it's a sniper, it's this, it's gonna be that, and I have all the info that's going to be in a JSON that I'm also going to use when I spawn the enemies, so that way they get all their own info from that, and I don't have to. I'm only going to have one script for the turret and one script for each one of these little buttons here. Anyway, then you go and choose where you want this little thing goes. You click, and then you can launch or abort. Abort, you get that little guy, and you can move it around again. You can choose. You can change between guys there, and then you hit enter. And yeah, I haven't actually made it spawn yet. That's going to be the next thing. I just want to make sure I get this JSON stuff working. But yeah, man, that's what I got going on. And we actually just kind of finished that, and that was taking me a while because I had to, things are different between GDScript and Python, and I had to go figure out how to format strings. And so basically, I just did this big old thing in the ready function here, and then I also made this. So this is a Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm doing my best. It's a 1 month. It's a entry for the game jam, the game off game jam from GitHub. So it's a 1 month game jam, and you know, we're a little more than halfway there. But so this is the is right now is a singleton. I'm gonna make it a JSON, but I'm gonna keep it loaded in memory while I'm figuring stuff out. And yeah, so like you can see like machine gun, and then it's got all the info. What type is it? And then physical things, and then things like what kind of bullets does it fire, and then the sprite information. And so this should be everything we need to feed to a bullet scene, or I'm sorry, a turret scene. And then what's it called? And then have it just spawn itself. So if we feed it its name, we should be able to have it look the way it should look and behave the way it should behave in game, only using this single turret class. So this is called base turret, and it's just this. And eventually I'm going to make it so all you got to do is come over here and you'll choose like, oh, it's a machine gun turret or whatever turret, which is going to be equivalent to choosing those things in the HUD here. And then boom, you got a turret. When do I plan to, I plan to release at the end of this game jam, so let's see. Something will be released. I don't know if it'll be as good as it could be, but this is it. So this is in 13 days, 1 hour, 31 minutes, 34 seconds is when I plan to release. Submissions open. Oh, it's because I'm not. This is not my normal browser. I'm just using Safari because it's more lightweight than Chrome. But that's it. That's weird. Submissions open. I guess it's December 1st. But yeah, that's when I plan to release, and then yeah, we'll see if people like it. I think what's gonna be more fun than I had originally anticipated about this game. Did I just quit? Yeah, I just quit Safari. Is I think the. Oh, nice, man. Thanks. Oh, Burke, how was class? We've just finished up the dynamic bit about this while you were gone. My girlfriend is laughing at me. But
With love, Aaron.
with love, she says.
I love you.
I'll play it when it comes out. Yeah, so if you click on these now, you can see, so it's a machine gun one and a sniper one, and you can see they have different stats, right? And so that was different. I was just telling Sanchez, I think the ordnance part where you're getting to like call down, you know, bombs and stuff from the sky is gonna be pretty cool. But just to show you what we did, man. We've got it, so now I can just choose right here. Like I can add a new turret. In fact, I'm just gonna do this for the rest of these guys. That way you can have a semblance of what this is gonna look like. I could even make it more dynamic than this, but since I'm only gonna have like 4 turrets. Oh yeah, man. There's gonna be. They're not even all gonna look like this. There's gonna be 4 basic ones, or 5. It's machine gun, sniper, rocket launcher, and shotgun. And the shotgun you'll be able to upgrade to a flamethrower. So yeah, and then they're gonna look very different as well. This is just for right now. I'm trying to get. I got some basic art in. I'm trying to get some function down. And then yeah, I mean it's actually not tremendously difficult to add new stuff in because of the way I did this. Like you go to this turret class. You can see that it's basically just a head sprite and then some leg sprites. And then the head sprite just rotates. It just rotates around this axis here. But the way it works is that it's got several frames. So if it's like looking upward, oh, not that one. What's going on? That's 5, right? Okay, I'm gonna do that. Say don't save because I don't know what I just did there. But essentially, if you saw it in the game, yeah, you can see them. So they animate like when they look down, it just changes it, and it actually looks relatively relatively good, you know. But yeah, so all I got to really do is add new heads and new legs for those guys. Legs are easy. Heads are a little more difficult, but that's like a whole day I'll spend, and then I can get that done. And then the stats and actually what's functioning in game is, you know, a little more challenging a bit, but you know, not too bad. But anyway, I want to add the other two here. So we go to UI tabs, change this to 2 turrets, and then I'm gonna. I always hit Command J because that's what it is in Photoshop, but it's Command D in Godot. And then grab these guys, move them down here, just like that. And I might change these guys to go horizontally rather than vertically, because I think this is going to take up too much of the screen, even though I made it so you can hide them. Or maybe at least make these partially transparent before you select them. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see. We'll see. I could actually do that really easily, which is part of the really nice thing about just making these all from one class here. So go here, select this as shotgun, and here I can select this as rocket launcher. And then we go here, in space. So what about like an astronaut troop that comes from a capsule that just landed, and the troop comes out with a gun, I suppose, or something. Yeah, I'm not that good at that, Burke. I like come up with a very rough like idea about how my game's gonna work, and I kind of like just mull it over in my head, like, oh, here's how I'll do that, and there's some things I'm just like, oh, I'll figure that along the way. Like I kind of know like what's potentially possible. So I don't make like Trello boards like I know people do. I probably should. But I mean, it seems to be working out all right. The only problem with not playing it out is not that it won't happen, but that it's harder to pin down exactly how much time things are going to take. Sanchez just landed, and the troop comes out with a gun, something I suppose. Yeah, I mean, that's basically the idea with the turrets. I mean, they're not going to be moving around, right? So I'm kind of mixing it between a tower defense and RTS, and I think that'd be more RTS-y. And I mean, that's something that's definitely cool, but I got to see if... Well, one, that's going to be much harder than making these turrets, right? Like I said, they're really easy because all I got to do is update the stats and then stick some heads on, and it's going to feel like you've got something really different down there, and you know. But that takes quite a bit of different programming to do and stuff like that. Oh, I got some water, which is great because my throat feels like I swallowed sand.
You're what?
Shut up, Abigail. But yeah, also because this is a 1 month game jam, I'm ready to go. But this is cool. It looks like everything is working. The only thing that looks a little weird that I gotta fix right now is that the bounding box here. Oh, the fire rate on the rocket launcher is 3.3? That can't be right. Nope. Okay, something is wrong here. The sniper should have less than... Bummer, dude. So that means that's wrong. The other thing, obviously, is that it's not bound correctly. So that's something I got to dynamically change. Is I think I'll actually just be able to move this background a little over and make it fit. So that should be good. That shouldn't be too hard. But as you can see, the fire rate is wrong. These should have slower fire rates, and the machine gun should have the fastest fire rate. So I must be doing the math wrong. So I'm gonna go look into that right now. Yeah, man, I'm not sure. I mean, that's definitely a better way to do it, is waves, like kind of Plants vs. Zombies, rather than just continually getting more and more difficult. But I gotta see. It's definitely easier programming-wise to just have them coming nonstop, and then depending on like the number of enemies you've killed, let's say, you can make it harder, or even just the number of enemies spawned, you can make it harder. So that's the easier way to do things. If you go check out my other game, black body. It's just like a bullet hell shooter, but that's how I did it there. And I mean, I set up that difficulty curve in probably like an hour one day. Whereas like if I was doing something like waves, it would be a lot more difficult, particularly because you obviously want that to be dynamic. You don't want to just be like, wave 1, I want you to spawn these enemies, and then, you know, do that up until wave 100, which is, they used to do that back in the day. Yeah, something like survival mode, but, yeah. But they actually used to go, like Galaga, I think only has like 100 levels, or however many it has, because they actually went and just programmed that many levels into the game, and then when you get there, it just stops. Which I thought was hilarious because I don't think I ever got past like level 12 or something, like not that impressive, but it seemed impressive. Huh. What? Sánchez, mi novia es aquí. Y ella es muy molesta. Y ella habla español también, pero... This is Godot. It's not an on... Why are you getting... I know, I'm trying to warm them up with your warmth. This is Godot. It's a free to download engine. It's really, really, really light. I mean... I don't even know. Let's see. I guess this is actually not open. Go. Yeah, look at that. The whole application is 75 megabits. The games I make with this are larger than that. Yeah, so you download it and it just works right off the bat. It's written in C#, no, C++. And yeah, it's awesome. It's free. You can probably just Google Godot as it's spelt like that. And you'll find it immediately, but if not, you can also go check out some of my other videos. I've got links to it and most of them in the descriptions. Okay, so I want to fix this first. So 1 divided by fire rate. So if we go to items and go to sniper, let's make sure I have this right here. Yeah, that's not right. That's not right, Aaron. That's not right. Oh, no, it is right. I am just doing this wrong because, yeah. So I want this to be triple that. So that's 0.6 times 3, which is 1.8. Yeah, so I did this wrong. My math there was actually correct. And this we want to be double, so this is going to be 1.2, and this is also going to be 1.2. Okay. 7, 0.6, 0.8, 8. I might make all of those faster. Thanks, man. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Are you still there, Burke? E. Berkey. That just feels really nice to me. Like being able to click this and you see that, and it's like launch, 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 and like when that not enough Moontonium, nice. When you actually hit that, and I definitely gotta, I don't even think I want to make these horizontal. I think the unselected ones just need to be opaque because they're just blocking too much of the screen. But like I said, I can do that really easily right now. Yeah, I think when you do this, select this, this pops up like that, and you see this massive planet in the distance with this huge gun on it, and you see like an ODST pod just rocket down, shake the screen, and explode. I think that is going to be an experience that is just fun. Like just calling in turrets is fun, and that's kind of what I'm going for, because yeah, you want to feel cool, you want to feel good. I definitely need to do some stuff with are you coming back, Jobo? Down below. Oh, you got more of those? No, it's okay. Yo necesito adelgazar. Okay, so we're all cool in here. I got the fire rate figured out. I want to go here, go to the 2D, and we can go to normal. And I want to open that, and then I thought it was there that I did that. Cover, disabled, focused, click, mask. Ugh. I'm trying to change the opacity. And I did that for, but you know what? I think that was UI tabs I did that for. Yep, it was. Yeah, that's why that was so easy, because tabs is a lot more customizable than these buttons, but it's actually not, it's still not tremendously hard to do. I just want to see if there's, because I can do it in code pretty easily, but if there's a way to do it from the way they did it, I always try to do that because the engine's written in C++, it's way more efficient. No. Theme, size flags, no. Mouse. No. Well, I guess I do want to stop. Focus, int. Rect, it's not rect. Row direction, margin, anchor, it's not going to be there. Pressed, action button, mask, focus, shortcut. Normal, pressed, hover, disabled, focused. And so if I click these, I definitely can't mess with. That's cool. I've never done that before. Oh yeah, so here's actually a little preview of that's what the first sniper turret is gonna look like. Here's what the second machine gun turret looks like, and here's what the third evolution of the machine gun turret looks like. So you can see that. Here's basically like all I've got in the game right now. Yeah. But why I switch from Twitch to YouTube? Oh, you watch me on Twitch, man? That's loyalty. I switched to YouTube. I just wanted to try it out because I didn't like this is amazing. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to several people today. On Twitch, I literally talked to myself the whole time, and it felt like the only reason I was using Twitch was really to I didn't even think about YouTube Live, and the only reason I was using Twitch was actually to like save my videos on the cloud and not have to be responsible for that, like the data and the amount of memory it would take to save them. Whereas now it's like, you know, it's actually kind of cool to live stream. And if I feel like I have a good stream, then I can just keep the video on my channel, and people might watch it. So, and people might find me on the stream, think my channel is interesting, and subscribe to my channel, which is really the only thing I care about. I don't really care about getting big on Twitch or anything like that. I just kind of want my channel to grow on YouTube. So, hope that answers your question. Okay, so to do this, like I said, it shouldn't be too hard. We actually I already have this function right here on display button toggled. So if pressed, then we want it to be visible. Oh, and I've already partially done that. So you can see we're modulating it here. And that is just changing the color. And essentially this modulates it just a little bit because I have it set up that if anything is over 1 in any of these thresholds, then it will have a glow effect applied to it. That's just how Godot's glow effect works. If you want to make it selective and not affect everything, you just make it work on anything that has an HDR threshold greater than 1. It's kind of, I think it's like a workaround. I don't know if that's how they really wanted it to work, but it's nice because then I could say like, oh, I want my bullets to glow, but not anything else. I just make my bullets modulate a little more. But here, the fourth value here is the opacity, and I think I'm going to put this to 5. You know what?
Opacity.
It is opacity. Okay. That's what Google says.
You have no idea what's possible.
Oh, it was an ad. I'm not used to that because I have a Google ad blocker. Restream.
Opacity.
Interesting. Okay, it is opacity. All right.
Opacity.
Okay, I get it. They have spoken. It is opacity. That's good to know. So now if I run this, and that's cool. I should check that out actually. Do you stream, Burke? Oh, you have to select them first for that to be applied. Oh, because that only happens when toggled. So all I need to do here is in the ready function. I'll just call this function. And that should work. Oh, it wants, let's say, false. Nice. All right, that's very nice. It's very nice. Nice. You stream game dev? And yeah, Twitch does delete your videos. I think it's 2 weeks, and then if you're an affiliate, it's a month. I think that's how they do it. But that's fine by me because I usually only need them. I usually only need them up there until my next devlog. Then I download them, use them a little bit, and then I do tend to delete them after I use them, though. But usually not anything too precious up there. And if there is, I'm gonna save it on the little thumb drive I bought. But yeah, nice. Yeah, dude, this is streaming game dev is chill. I don't think I'm as productive when I stream, even when there's not people here to talk to. But I feel like my head's a little clouded. It's kind of like harder to think, but I don't know, it's fun. I get stuff done. Okay, so what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Huh? What are you looking at? Okay. I thought you needed to see that. She is perfect. Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? Okay. So she's so cute. So I think that's okay. I think what I would prefer to do. Oh, that's interesting. Makes it like kind of hard to click the button. That's weird. Interesting. You just gotta click like right in the middle of it, I guess. That's something I'll address later. That's a really small thing. Even though the fire rates are all good here. Bam. I think I'll actually make the shotgun and rocket launcher have a faster fire rate at like 1. And then I'll make them cost a little more. So, well, the rocket launcher already does cost a little more. And I don't think I want it to shoot once every second. But its damage is not fantastic. I think I want it to actually even shoot slower. It should probably have less health too, just to balance it. Anyway, that's stuff I shouldn't be thinking about. I need to work on like actually balancing stuff, but oh crap. All right, I'm actually I'm gonna load that back up for just a sec because I gotta go get my charger for my iPad, and then I'll let you guys check out Joni. Yep. Actually. Oh, you're so naughty. You're naughty. You're naughty for bringing these.
She thought she was gonna get one.
Oh, you were no.
Can you even hand me my backpack while you're up?
Sure.
Oh.
Right there.
Oh.
Back, I'm gonna take a quick piss.
Okay. Leave it. Good girl. Peanut butter.
Abigail, don't forget that the world can hear you. Oh, did I? Oh, I did get it. Alright. Hey, give her one.
Yeah, I just gave her one.
Oh, you gave her
I
one?
gave her a half of one because I don't know if she'd choose.
Apple, or she should be eating a phone.
Yeah, she probably should.
Okay. Oh no. Where? When? Da-da-da-da. Okay. And now, plug this into my MacBook. In charge? Yeah. Okay, lit. I'm back, baby. Okay. See, I do think that's a little too much. You can make this point. I should probably try and be consistent with the tabs here. Well, what did I do for these guys? I did set it to 0.5. That makes it a little hard to read. What do you think, Burke or anyone else in there? How detrusive, I don't even know if that's a word, is, are these guys? Like, do I need to make them much more opaque? Like, they're a little opaque right now, and I think that helps. Are you okay? Is this okay? I can stop. I'm almost done. Okay. But, how obnoxious, because of course you can, one, hide with H and then they're not there at all. Two, you can select upgrade, which is always going to be blank. I think I want to make these speed keys too. I don't want to make you have to click these ones, because that would be nice. No opinions? I really do just watch, or like watching them just like murder these little aliens. So that's good. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. And then, yeah, so if you want to then go and put this somewhere over there, you have to hide these, but then you can unhide. Launch. So yeah, I think that's okay. Then use that Safari, a little more opaque. But that was So the thing is, like, right now, like, it seems like I'm gonna have these up the whole game, which I would definitely like make them more opaque. But it's like, you know, you want to be able to read what they say, right? I guess it's not that important. But the other thing is, like, so I can do this and just leave it on that. Like, what do you think about that? So, like, given that you have the option to, one, go over to the upgrade tab, and two, just hide them all together, do you think they still need to be that opaque? Or is this, you know, we just want to be able to see something behind them? What do you think? Okay, perfect. Nice, nice. I should probably make sure... I'm going to have a tutorial for this game for sure. And I think I'll go through... Because I think it's... I mean, you didn't notice it, so maybe it's not that obvious that I have a hide tabs button right here. And it says H. Do that. I don't know why that happens. I think that's a setting you can turn off, but that it like shows the H preset there, the shortcut. I'm going to go look, actually, because I think I have an idea as to why that happens. Hide tabs button, shortcut. Input event pressed. To the key state is pressed. Oh wait, I don't know what that does, actually. I just assumed that that was, no, that's it. No, I didn't fix it, but it didn't do anything. That's definitely interesting. Oh, is it, did that change it, is that on release, is what that did? No, still on press. Very interesting. Very interesting. So I don't quite know why it's been an option. Everything worked the same way. Hide the tabs. Yeah. And we can import. Yep. And then we can. Yeah. But that's a really small thing. I'm definitely not going to waste time figuring that out if it's not simple. Just want to give this a quick look-see. Enable focus. What is access mode to use when switching between enable, disabled, control, or focus mode? I don't think that's what we want. Text icon flat. All buttons don't display decoration. No, let's just do this with the hide tabs button. I think it's easier, kind of learning how to do this. Make this flat. What happens now? That still happens. I don't know what that does. Disabled. No, don't want this to be disabled. Toggle mode, shortcut in tool. Button will add information. Oh, that's it. Hey, okay, nice. It was easy. Don't want that, and don't want that. Okay. Now, got everything working. So we should be able to get that. Nice, dude. Freaking nice. Love that. Okay. Yeah, Burke, so you said you know C#. Did you teach yourself? Or are you in like computer science classes or something? So what else do I need to do with these guys? I need to fix the resizing. That's what I need to do. Which is all going to be an info. So maybe I should give info its own script. Wait a second. Oh no, so it's fire rate, not. Why? Oh no, she thinks I'm a feeder. That's what it is.
That's what he is.
I know. That's what I was trying to tell you. Our apartment is great, yeah.
We do have a lot of stuff plugged in.
It's really just the heater, that, and the charger.
I know, the heater's too much for us. It's so nice though.
Well, we could just turn the. We probably don't need the fan and the heater going at the same time.
You didn't know that.
Okay, so what I need to fix is that this is not at all dynamic. It's probably would be better if this thing's stretched, honestly. Oh, nice. You said you went to class. What are you studying? Are you in college? Let's see. There's that. Do that. So, no, that's not gonna work. Right. Very temporarily then, I'm going to do this. See, oh, yeah, that actually is totally fine. So then we can see that that is like, we could actually just move this outward rather than, so that's cool. Yeah. So rather than expanding it and scaling it, I could just move it a little more to the right if I needed it to. Which is cool, but only so much, obviously. But if anything needs more room than like that, I don't think I would want to just scale it. It would just look weird if I had to scale it. So...
Oh, you're so cute. You're such a cute little boo-boo. You come cuddle with Dada?
No. Okay. But I get hurt. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, thank you. Correct, make this texture rect. So I think what I'm going to do is make this expand dynamically. So let's go here. And then grow direction, we want that coming from the ends. Go to rect, and I want the pivot offset in the Y to be half, I think. Should go there. So then if this needs to expand, so for instance, if I make the X 2, perfect. It just scales that way, which is exactly what we want. Now I need to get that to happen. I think I'm going to make info's own script here. And then just kind of it will I think what I'll have happen is that we'll have like info have its own function. So we'll say function display so not display but write underscore info given info, and then we'll say on revar info info label equals info label, and then here we'll say, yeah, come cuddle. You are free to go. Yes. Oh, we're gonna yank this off your thing. Okay. We'll say info label. Oopsies. Info label dot set underscore text info. Should be easy enough. And then all we're gonna do is right here, rather than well, we've already gotten this here. But so rather than say info label dot set text, all we're gonna do is say info dot write info and then provide item info. And so that's the very basic functionality, and I just want to see if that worked. And it did. So it did exactly what we thought it would do. And I actually just because that'll work. Alright, so that way it's a nice looking like template, like that's blank type of thing. You sexy thing. Oh, one thing I am noticing right now though is that oh, but that's because this isn't pressed. If you go to this. Go pressed. Yes. Does that make sense? That does indeed make sense. Okay. So I just need now. What I want to set up is so that this color rect, which is again this little, excuse, just this little this background thing here, I want it to dynamically update to match these, and then I'm just going to have the text direct just basically be connected to the center right of that, and then it will naturally move to fill. And hopefully it doesn't ever need to be so far gone that we can't see the stuff. This actually, I just realized there's actually notably less space to move that way when you have this. So this is pressed. Then we go here. You've got way less. Still a lot.
Charger working?
Yeah, why?
I'm trying to figure out which plugs I connected.
Oh, well, oh no, it's not. It's not, actually. But I think it's like the whole unit. I think it's all back right now. Okay, so that's cool. Okay, now how do we do this? We need to get so there's a few things that are coming to my mind. So one that is kind of works is that this is a monospace font here. So every character, at least I think, I'm starting to think. Well, all the letters are definitely monospaced. Yeah, the decimals I don't think are monospaced. But that being said, we could say, okay, so count the number of characters of the longest aspect, or the longest one in this list here. And then we'll get the size of each number, and then just say self dot or colorrect dot width equals number of characters times character size. But that seems ugly for a number of reasons, so I'm throwing that one out the window right now. The next one is that we could get the width of the rect. Actually, for the time being, I want this to be not disabled, pressed, just so I can make sure I see what I'm doing correctly. All right, well here, let's try this on sizing. So that is right there. And that is right there. So what is that distance? These are not, this is one thing I really don't like about Godot, is that these aren't even proportional to, like this is proportional to nothing. This is not proportional to pixels or or the scale down here. The X should be definitely even number, and the Y should also be an even number. In my humble opinion. But what we want, oh, but that's not even, so that's right there, and then we have color rect right there, so that's 1.1. So we probably want, it's about 1. So we want this to be, so I think we'll say info label dot rect underscore size dot x, and then here I'm gonna say on ready var color, call this background. Text background. So on ready var text background. Okay. So we're going to say text background dot rect underscore size dot x equals info label as x plus 2, I believe. Let's see if that works. Nope. No, it does not. No, it does not work. Let's do that. Oh, I think I know why.
Wow, we are nowhere near the time
Yeah.
journey. I'm so sorry. You have your phone?
Yeah, why?
Can you set a timer for 20 minutes?
Oh yeah, Alexa. Set a timer for 20 minutes.
Your timer is set for 20 minutes.
Okay. Alright. How's this? Oh, I guess I should stop streaming, huh? You okay with me talking? Huh? My girlfriend is taking a nap. Oh, 3 concurrent viewers. What's going on? Right now, what we're doing is trying to not the most fun things. I'll be honest. We're trying to go ahead and get this to bound to the text. So when I write health, fire rate, whatever, if it's a few characters longer, this will scale dynamically. That's the idea right now. But yeah, so what I just tried didn't work, and I don't quite know why. Label, do I need to go to this? Don't scale. I mean, I have an idea. My idea is that I believe I've scaled this, and thus I haven't. Well, that really doesn't make sense. Because so turret display button scale is 1:1 currently. Info correct scale is also 1:1, and info label. Ah, there we go. Scale is 0.5.5. That's so. Plus 2 CB times 0.5. Okay. Okay. But we are getting somewhere. We should need to actually figure out. I don't expect. Yeah, it's definitely not working. But oh, the other thing about this is that here, let's see. Try this. Okay, so right now that's right there on this one. If I go and run the main scene. Oh no, okay, so that has proportionally scaled itself. So that's really good, because that could have been a problem. I thought that it wasn't going to count for the scale, because it's scaled here in the UI tabs, that each one of these is actually, no, just UI tabs itself in HUD that is scaled. Yes, that's what it is. UI tabs itself. Yeah, scale is 0.75 to make it fit a little better. So we need to figure out like what this number actually is here. Just a pain in the buttocks. 1, there's 2. So, should be something. Oh, but I'm so dumb. See, that's what I'm saying. I'm counting 1, 2, but it's not 1, 2, it's 52. 57.5. Okay. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's 10. Okay, so that's going to be 2.5 divided by 10, so 0.25, so these are 0.25 each. So this is going to be 20 by 1 to 2, so that's times 2 is 5.5. So this should be 11. And that won't work, but let's check it out. Oh, that works pretty well, actually. That looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, we'll see how much more we want to do with it besides that, but I think that should work pretty good. Let's go ahead and do this. Second. Go here. And I want to go to crest. Very, very interesting. Oh, I see. Anyway. Looks like this did indeed scale correctly, but I'm not giving it a whole lot of cases here, am I? Oh, whatever. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do here is have this text direct, and I want it to move in accordance with this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is actually just make a duplicate of it, and I'm going to make this a child of the text background. And then I'm going to go and say that I want this to be at the center right there. And we'll get on the move. And we want to put this about equal with this right there. I think that's right. I can't tell. Okay. So I should do this. This might just work like right off the bat, which would be awesome. Oh, it's gonna scale it. Or is it rec size? Yeah, I'm doing rec size, so it won't actually. I think I did it. I think I did it, y'all. Okay. Anyway, that was quite a little bit of effort to get that to work, but it's working, so can't complain too much. Nice dynamic little thing there. That was actually relatively easy. So I think we've got most of that figured out, actually. Now we just need to, we can figure out ordnance. But I think I actually want to start populating these guys with the turret heads they'll have, which I think I can really only do with the sniper head right now. Here, sniper turret head. Oh, so yeah, that's something I actually need to do. So I've got two options. One is that so I've already got these heads, right, but they're in sprite files. I don't think this would be too hard, and then I could reduce the amount of images. So this right here, this is right here, turret head. And so what this is, it's a text direct, which has this sprite. So if you see the sprite, it's got all the animations for the head right here. And it's only using the first one. And I'll need to make all of the PNG images that I'm using for the heads in the same fashion, where there's 5 heads, right? And the one on the very first head in this array, I guess you call it an array, is looking to the right. And I guess we need that to be scaled as well, don't we? Or, so the option is either that what I had to do is like modify the bounding rectangle here and change some filters on the text direct. But, well, actually, those will all be set because I set them. So all I have to do is add a new sprite and it should apply all of the same. Oh no. I thought that all I'd have to do is drag and drop a new sprite in here, and I was actually going to test it with this, which should actually work immediately. Oh, I didn't realize I had done that for the. Johnny, no. Johnny? Health damage, rain, fire rate. Okay, I'm kind of just like running out of steam here. So I think I'm gonna stop. I think I'm gonna stop the stream here. There's more I gotta do, and I'm gonna keep doing, but I don't know. Kind of feeling tired, so I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone who's here, everyone who watched, anyone who watches this post tense. If you made it this far, I don't think I'm as interesting as you give me credit. So thank you so much, and yeah, have a great.